On the last Monday in May, we celebrate Memorial Day in the United States. One of my favorite picture books, nonfiction picture books, is In Flanders Fields, the story of the poem by John McCrae. And this book is written by Linda Granfield with beautiful illustrations by Jeanette Wilson. And when the poem was published by McCrae in 1915, the poppy became a universal symbol of remembrance. So today we are going to make a poppy using paper. Each year, millions of poppies are constructed of silk, plastic, paper, or felt as a reminder of the soldiers of the First World War and every conflict that followed. What we will need is to draw out a template for your petals. I drew mine. Kind of look like elephant ears to me, but you need a large one and a small one. And my large one is about 2 inches across, where the smaller one is about, help if we used English, about 1.5 inches, okay? And then we also need a small black dot to be the center of your poppy, and also a larger black dot, which is going to be the base for your petals. We'll also need some glue and a stapler and about 6 inches of either craft wire or a pipe cleaner for attaching your poppy to display. Let's start by adding the larger petals to the base. Put a little bit of glue on. And we need 4 large petals. And we're just going to put them 12 o'clock. Another one around 3, overlap the ends. And got one at 6. And the last one there. So John McCrae, the author of the poem In Flanders Fields, was a Canadian medical officer, and he attended to hundreds of wounded soldiers a day at the Battle of Ypres, which was battle in World War I. So let's take our small petals and add them around the outside. I'm going to bring it a little bit to the right, just so it's okay. Second one. So one day John McCrae could not save his very close friend, Alex Helmer, who entered his surgery after a landmine had exploded at his feet. Actually, it was an enemy shell at his feet. And reports differ. Some say that John McCrae sat at the steps of an ambulance, just looking out at his friend's fresh grave and wrote as he did. And others say that he was so busy with surgeries, he kept going in and out after each surgery was finished. Whoops. And did a little bit of writing. But he sent the poem to England, and it was published by Punch magazine. And the public response was overwhelming, and it became known as the most popular English poem of the Great War. And people recited it, translated it into their language. Lines were used on victory bonds, and poppies appeared on war posters, and soldiers picked poppies in the fields and attached them to their helmets to honor their comrades that were fallen. So at this point, we have all 8 of our petals on our base, and we're going to take our pipe cleaner and twist it into a loop. This is the tricky part for me. We're going to put it on the back and staple it on. This way you can attach your poppy to wherever you want it to be. Okay, and so to cover up that staple, I'm going to just do a dab of glue and use the small dot to hide the staple. Give it a little squeeze. There we are. And to make it look a little more three-dimensional, you can take these top ones and give it a little. There you go. That adds some dimension to it. There you go. And there is our puppy. So now we're finished. I'm going to share the book of In Flanders Fields with the poem in it. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunsets glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.